Regardless of your opinion on the 2014 Godzilla movie, who would not be excited to see King Kong versus Godzilla? That would be awesome. That would get everybody on board. Even the people who hated Godzilla would show up to see that. And considering that Legendary Pictures does own the rights to both of those characters at the moment, and that we are getting a prequel, sequel, Skull Island, King Kong kind of movie, it is totally possible that we could see this. In fact, I believe that Legendary Pictures should just shelve their current plans for having Mothra and Ghidorah and Rodan in the Godzilla sequel, and instead just go straight to a King Kong crossover to win back all of those naysayers, and then bring in Mothra and Ghidorah and whatever in the next movie with a maximized audience, so you can double down and make like a bajillion dollars. But how exactly could they do that? Well, I have an idea.
Let them fight.
Okay, so King Kong lives on Skull Island, right? And all of the animals there are giant-sized. Except for the tribe of humans that live there. They're still normal-sized for some reason. But why are all the other animals so big? Well, what if, way back in the ancient times, Skull Island was the setting for a massive battle between Godzilla and another kaiju, and after Godzilla killed his opponents with a blast of atomic breath, that atomic breath settled down onto Skull Island, and the radiation from that is what caused all the animals to grow much, much bigger. And doesn't Skull Island have like a mountain in the middle of it that's shaped like a giant skull? So what if Godzilla dragged the dead body of his opponent into the ocean, leaving behind only its severed head, which decomposed into a skull and over time became fossilized and incorporated into the topography of the island as a big mountain at the island's center. Hence, Skull Island. Makes sense, right? The backstory for this could be communicated through the tribespeople of the island telling the legend of how Skull Island came to be born, with maybe some cave painting illustrations so that we can recognize Godzilla as the victor of that fight. However, some people have pointed out that while King Kong is very big, he's nowhere near as big as Godzilla is. But if all the animals on Skull Island became giant from the atomic breath radiation, then another dose of radiation could easily blow up King Kong to like Godzilla size. Maybe like a nuclear submarine with a leaking reactor washes up onto Skull Island, King Kong finds it, and then by the time Godzilla shows up to eat the radiation, or whatever he does, there will be a very big, hairy surprise waiting for him. Millennia ago, Godzilla inadvertently created an island of giants. Now one of those giants is ready to challenge him for the title of King of the Monsters. And I'll tell you what else. If Skull Island was kind of created out of Godzilla's atomic breath, then that would mean that King Kong would be immune to Godzilla's atomic breath. Because it wouldn't hurt King Kong, because if everything on the island was born out of that, they would all have an inbuilt genetic resistance to the atomic breath. And with the atomic breath now taken out of the equation, this fight is a lot more evenly matched and a lot more interesting because it's just their fists. Who would win? On the one hand, Godzilla, he's more armored with his scales and he's got like fangs and claws and everything, but King Kong, pound for pound, would be much stronger because gorillas are really, really, really strong. So even if King Kong maybe couldn't do enough damage through Godzilla's scales, I reckon he could probably break his arms and his legs or even his neck if he gets the proper leverage. Or would Godzilla's claws and fangs make short work of King Kong before he gets the chance to even do that? I don't know, but what I do know is I would definitely pay to find out. So tell me, do you think that Legendary should shelve their plans for Godzilla 2 and instead go straight into a King Kong crossover? Or do you think that they should stick with their plan and wait to see if this Skull Island movie works out first before they incorporate King Kong into the Godzilla brand? So thanks for watching, and by the way, did you guys know that Bandit Incorporated actually has a backup channel? It's a channel that I keep, just in case anything catastrophic ever happened to the channel here, then you guys can still find me over there and the show can still continue. So please take a second to just click here or the link in the description box and go subscribe to the backup channel. You don't need to worry about getting like spammed by multiple channels or anything like that, because I would only ever upload to that channel if something terrible happened over here. So it'd just add a lot more security for me and it would be much appreciated. So until next time, I will see you later.